Hey, how's it going, fam?
Hey, family.
Welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back to the channel, guys.
We don't say this often enough, but hey, if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We really do appreciate having you here. For all you oldies out there, thank you very much for being an oldie. But don't forget to hit that like button. We really do appreciate when you do that. And leave a comment.
Oldies?
You know, the people who've been with us for the long haul and stuff like that.
Oldie but goodies.
Our oldies but goodies and stuff. There you go. That's what I should have said. Oldies but goodies. We've been appreciating all the comments. We've been reading through all of it and everything. And we appreciate you guys taking the time to go ahead and do that. I know it's not the easiest thing sometimes, but we really do appreciate all the comments you guys have been leaving. And it's been very, very encouraging.
Yes, it is very encouraging and it keeps us going. So yes, it's Vlogtober and we're going strong. This is day 12.
Day 12. Who would have thought it? Nobody would have thought it. I didn't know. I didn't know.
We appreciate your kind words. It keeps us going, believe it or not. So we appreciate it. I'm thankful that you guys don't mind seeing us on your YouTube channel every day without getting tired of seeing us. So we appreciate it.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we're coming to you from the pop-up tent. I don't know if you recognize the screen in the background or whatever else. We have not shot or done much inside here, but this thing is actually working very, very good. We saw a few bugs flying around the outside and they're not able to get in. They do their thing, we do our thing and stuff. Thank
God. Your girl would be running every 5 minutes because of stuff flying around. It actually feels cool in here. Donald has the fan over here. It's on the floor, but it's directed up, so it feels pretty cool in here.
Exactly.
Like today it's 87 degrees outside, which is probably the warmest day we've had in the past week or two.
Yeah.
Right? But it still feels good under this tent and this netting. And I mean, the top part is really keeping that sun from just beaming down. So it feels really, really good.
Yeah.
So Donald's been trying to get me out here forever to come sit in this tent, like to just have a cup of coffee in the morning or just to come out in the afternoon, because it feels really good. The breeze that we get in the evening time, it feels really good. Now him and DJ are out here all the time.
Yeah, DJ is under the table right now, got his little bed going and stuff. He's doing good. And that sound, of course, that's the sound of freedom. Y'all know we on a military base. So that's one of those A-10 Thunderbolts. We just call them tank killers.
So we are out here and we got us
a nice cold bottle of water and everything.
So, y'all like my cup I made? Isn't it super cute? A hot tamale cup.
Hot tamale, boy. That was one of those little boxes that you used to get from like the convenience stores, the little 24-hour stores, Party Marts and something like that. They had hot tamales, Mike and Ike's, Boston baked beans, lemon heads, Alexander the grapes,
jawbreakers,
little jawbreakers.
It was so many little candies that you could get in there. Right.
Yeah. I used to like the slapstick. Slapstick was a little caramel lollipop with like a little rainbow swirl of sugar on the inside and stuff. And I used to like the banana Laffy Taffies. Laffy Taffy was these little cubes. And it was way bigger, but those boxes were like 10 cents back then, and now I don't even want to know what they cost now. I bet they're way up there.
Yeah, because when I was coming up, they were 5 cents. They were nickel.
You know what? Yeah.
They were a nickel
I don't know. I say yeah, but it was from the 5 and dime store, so it had to have something that was a 5. So
we had a bunch of corner stores. We didn't have like.
Oh, that's right. You grew up in the city. That's right.
Because we had Susie's Market or Lenny's Market or the All Night Market. You know, because back then stores weren't open on Sundays when I was coming up in the early 70s. And so the All Night Market meant he stayed open till midnight. Most stores didn't. This was before 7-Eleven and all that other good stuff. Because when 7-Eleven came around and they were open 24/7, we was like, whoa, Nelly.
Boy,
what is going on?
Yeah, 7-Eleven was a big game changer with the big gulps and everything. But we had the party shop. That's what it was called, the party shop. And he had like a little bin on the counter that had Tootsie Rolls for a penny. The small Tootsie Rolls for a penny, and a couple other little penny candies and stuff. I mean, a quarter, you could be good all day long. A quarter, what would that do today?
Nothing.
Make you mad.
Get you upset.
I guess you can get a bottle of water at Costco.
If you had $1, you was rich, baby. Because I could remember on Saturdays, my mom would give me $1 every now and again, you know, and I would get. Now, listen, with $1, I used to be able to get potato chips, at least 3 boxes of candy. We ain't gonna talk about the Now Laters and stuff like that. Chico sticks. Like, I had a whole bag of stuff for $1. Like, you know, things that would make kid happy.
Those days are long gone.
They are gone. You listen.
For $21 for eggs, yeah, those days are gone.
Yeah. The kids can't have the upbringing we had because it was just good. Your mom could send you to the corner store to get stuff, and then you come back home. But that's not why we're here for.
That's not what we're out here for.
We're just going down memory lane.
Yeah. We usually just get into any kind of conversation and stuff while we're in the truck and everything. And today we kind of started a whole different conversation while we was inside. And we decided to come outside and bring that conversation with you and see what you guys think about it.
Yeah.
So a lot of y'all are probably interested in that because a lot of people ask about our RV life and everything. And the topic came up like, what, if anything, do you miss about living in the house? What do you miss about being back home with the family and stuff like that? RV life is good, but there's some things that you're going to have to miss out on and some things you gain. There's a give and take for everything. Yeah. We just thought about some of the things that you miss about being in the house, being back at home with the family and everything.
Okay, so to me, like, I would not change this life for anything. Like, I wouldn't go back to sticks and bricks.
Yeah.
But what I do miss about it is, I want to say, starting fall is when I start missing home, like around this time of year. Fall, and then like January, I'm back in these RV.
So basically, the whole holiday season.
The whole holiday season is hard for me.
Yeah.
Because by now your girl would have her fall tree up with all the decorating, and my front porch would be done, and like I miss being able to do that kind of stuff. You know, like just go down in the basement, go in your stash, pull your stuff out. You know, I miss decorating. Family, I'm not gonna lie, I do miss my family, especially my children, but my grandbabies the most. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you love your children, but that grandbaby love just hit different, right? So I miss my grandbabies, and sometimes when I'm talking to them on the phone, I'm like, you just want to hug them and you just want to kiss on them, and like I miss like when they have grandparents' day at school and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, going into this that you're going to miss some of those moments.
Yeah.
That's why you have FaceTime, and that's why you have, you know, phone calls, because we make sure all our grandkids have phones so they can call us when they need us. That's why we're paying these 8 cell phone bills now. Because
everybody gets a phone. You get a phone. You get a phone. Everybody gets a phone.
Because I want to be able to put eyes on them. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to be able to talk to me. But now, see, this is not a problem for Donald holiday times.
No.
Because as you guys know, he grew up
as
not
a Jehovah's
celebrating.
Witness. Yeah.
He didn't celebrate holidays and stuff, so they're not big for him. And he used to always get on me about the holidays. He was like, baby, you're doing too much. You cooking too much. You this, you that. And by the end of the day, my feet hurt, my back hurt, because I've been cooking.
Goodness.
I've been cooking for 2 or 3 days. But that's my pleasure. Like, I look forward to that. But he's just like, I hate this. I can't stand this. I got to get you away from it. All this cooking and stuff. So, yeah, but I do miss the holidays. Now, what do I miss about being home? Sometimes, like, I just miss random hang out with my friends, or random shopping trips. Like, I love going to a mall. Now, Donald, if I want to go to the mall, Donald will take me.
Exactly.
And it's not like I like to shop, because we could still do that out here. But at the same time, you're limited because of space. So my big thing is space.
Space and storage, I guess.
Right. Like, I miss having listen, in Sticks and Bricks, I probably had 100 pair of shoes or more. Closet full of clothes that I never wore just to have them. But I used to like to go in there and look at them.
We took
purses.
we took like 5 or 6 big garbage bags of stuff to the Goodwill of clothes and shoes and purses.
Yeah.
So you did have quite the bit. I took a bag of stuff myself.
Yeah.
one bag, but I don't have as much stuff. But hey, it's still a full bag of stuff.
Well, when I thought having name brand bags and shoes and stuff like that was a status symbol, see, I had to learn it's not. So now I kept a few of my bags because I was like, hey, I worked for this. I need this bag. So I have bags and stuff in storage. I'm just being honest. I don't really miss much. I'm trying to think about it. Like, I miss my family. I miss random dates with my girlfriends, like, hey Peggy, let's go to the taco bar, let's go here, or let's go there, let's go shopping. Like, I miss that. I miss it. I'm not gonna lie, I do miss it. But I love what we're doing right now. I told Donald when we were home in June, I was over my daughter's house and I used the bathroom, and I'm like, girl, how do you flush the toilet? I forgot how to flush the toilet. I'm looking for a foot pump. You can't pump the toilets at the house. So I thought that was pretty weird about that. Now, I'm going to tell you another thing that I miss, like when these storms come through.
Oh.
Because we had a basement at our house. And so if a storm was coming through, we could get in the basement. That's the safest place to be.
Yeah.
Because, you got these concrete walls. And so you didn't have much to worry about, right? And so I miss the convenience of that, because out here in the RV world, when you have a storm, we have to look for a storm shelter or leave or ride it out. So those, there are some differences of being home versus being out here. Like when I want to cook something special for Donald, like my pots and pans and like,
now see, that's what I forgot.
A lot of that because I had to leave a lot of it behind.
Yeah.
And so I miss not being able to bring the stuff that I need, because sometimes you bring you buy a fluted pan or something like that for a certain dish or something like that, and you don't eat that dish all the time, and then you decide, hey, I'm gonna make this, and I'm like, I can't because I don't have this, that, or the third. But I mean, that's a storage issue. And we're gonna work on that. So listen, if you're trying to buy an RV, storage is big, especially if you're gonna live on it. Unless you are a minimalist, which I'm not.
Which
you're gonna need storage. Storage is huge. Huge. So I miss that kind of stuff.
Well, I miss space too. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a man cave.
Yes.
The man cave was the business. That's one of the greatest inventions of all. One of the greatest ideas of all time. I go into the man cave. I get in the computer. I can get away from the bedroom and not wake up Peggy. Right now, every movement I make is a little bit. It can disturb Peggy a little bit. So, but I used to be able to get up out of bed, go to the man cave, watch the highlights from last night's game. 'Cause I never stayed up long enough to watch all the games. Play my chess and stuff like that. Then lean back in my recliner or look at some of my whatever I got, figurines or whatever I got, all my little collectibles and stuff like that. So, and of course, then it was the all the time I had the high-speed internet. High-speed internet is a biggie, especially for online chess players.
We're working on our
we're gonna get that better.
So it's gonna be better probably in the next week or two. We have a fix for that. So the internet is not really a big issue. It's fall, so I miss crafting. I miss.
You still craft?
Craft
room is gone though.
When I try to craft, I tear that RV up, baby, because all of my machines, I gotta pull them in one at a time, and I use 2 or 3 different printers and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I miss having my stuff put where I can get to it. Like right now, the closet in the bedroom, I have all of the stuff that I could bring. I have it all stacked up very neatly in that bit, because it's a nice size closet. But when I'm working, it's like, oh, I gotta drag this out. Like when you're home, it's already there. All you gotta do is go to it, open up, and bingo, you're in business. The business is open.
Exactly.
Or we're open for business. I do miss having my craft room and stuff like that. So we just miss little conveniences. That's
exactly.
All. Just this little.
That's the thing.
We are inconvenienced just a little bit, but look at my view every morning. I get to wake up this morning and see the mountain views and stuff. Like when I do my walks in the morning.
Oh yeah.
You realize how good God is, like how great. The mountain view from my walk, I'm going to have to share that with y'all.
Every time she come around this corner right here, I mean, she's seen it like 7 times so far, right? But every time she come around this corner and make this little left, come back towards the RV, she look at the mountains over there, and she's like, look at that view. And then she like, loves it.
The pictures and the videos don't do it justice.
Yeah, I hate that. I wish we could get a better one.
It does not do it justice, but it just makes my morning walk that much better. Because at the end is when I get the best view, and I'm going to show y'all that in one of these views to just show you what I get to see every morning.
Yeah, I
do love this lifestyle. I wish I could bring my grandchildren with me, but
yeah.
Look at Donald.
No, well, you know, with a little more space, that's going to be an option. We'll just have to see in the future and stuff. But I keep thinking about the same kind of thing, like Peggy said, the adventure of it. What I didn't miss about being in the house was every day was the same. It felt like to me. It just felt so repetitive.
It was starting to get to
it was mundane.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that the word of the day?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It was mundane to me. And it was just like, you get up, you do this, you do that, and go back, you go to sleep, repeat. That kind of thing. And so we've already been to like 3 parts of Florida, Jacksonville, Tampa, and Destin. We've seen beaches all over the place. We went to Carolina Pines and saw Myrtle Beach, met a lot of great, interesting, like-minded people and stuff. Yeah. Got on the road and saw the deer and the antelope play. We saw deer at Uchi Creek. We saw antelope in Wyoming. Didn't see any buffalo, but we saw the mountains and the rivers and the Grand Canyon and Boulder Dam and Las Vegas. It's just so much stuff that we can see that's so different from week to week and month to month and stuff. Yeah. That's what I needed. I missed that from my military days and everything. So this lifestyle really, really fits me a lot.
It does.
It fits me a lot.
It was getting hard for him because we couldn't figure out what to do different, right? Because as he say, we get up in the morning, he make coffee for us, we sit up, have coffee. I go downstairs and turn on YouTube. He would be upstairs playing chess all morning, listening to music. Like, I mean, that's what we would do every day. And after that 7th or 8th month, we were like, good night. And so we started cruising. Yeah. Now, I love a good cruise, but Donald
I like cruises.
He like cruising, but I love them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, now what we can do is cruise back to back to back to back. And he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
No.
Oh, I forgot Cuckoo.
DJ was over here.
I keep calling him Cuckoo.
I guess DJ got mad about not getting enough attention. He's like, what's going on up here?
I felt his tail on my leg. I'm like, what is that? What got in here?
Yep. But
he just wants some attention.
That's all it is.
He wants some attention because he was standing up with his head between both of us.
Nope, he's getting down.
He wants to get in your lap.
Oh, no, we're not doing that. Yeah, they told me DJ was a lap dog and stuff like that, but no, we're not doing that. Come on, DJ. Now, we don't want to sound ungrateful and stuff. Now, a lot of people would love to have the opportunity to just be able to wake up and just get on the computer and play chess and just drink coffee and look at things and stuff. We were retired, though. Yeah. So we did feel blessed, but it was just repetitive and just not exciting anymore. And maybe we're just asking for a lot, but we needed a change. We needed to do something different. And this worked out for us, especially since we got this bigger RV, because the first one we had was much tougher. Yeah.
When Donald introduced the idea to me, you know, the first thing you thought of, well, what about the children? What about the grandchildren? And things like that. But that's why I say we have the cell phones and stuff like that, and we stay in touch. I text my kids almost 2-3 times a day, so I'm in constant contact with them. And they're not babies anymore. My baby is 32. My baby is 32. Wow. So I don't...
It's the grandkids, like I said. Because, you know, me and Trey was really tight. He would come by. Every time he came by, we just hang out in the man cave and talk about everything. Sports, school, that kind of stuff. I wish I could help him more and just spend a little bit more time with them. I know I put off this, like, facade, like I don't worry about missing the grandkids and stuff, but
everybody knows you.
I miss them. They're good people. They're very self-sufficient now. If there was like 2 or 3, that'd be harder. But these are like very, very accepting and very intelligent and well-behaved young people and stuff. So yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, but we just miss the little things from home. There's nothing big besides people.
Yeah.
You know, that's big because that pulls at my heartstrings, that I can't be there for some situations and events. But we started to try to travel more, right? Because we always kept a bag in the trunk of the car. We always kept a bag in the trunk of the car. Yeah, because Donald would get up on a Tuesday and be like, baby, let's drive to such and such. I'm like, hey, let's go.
Let's go.
And we would do it. And I don't know how all of this came about. I think we mentioned it on our other channel. And we went to look at RVs, and Donald fell in love that day. But remember, Donald took me to look at RVs when we were stationed at Fort Gordon. He was still active duty. And
yeah.
I think we had only been married, 2 years or something like that. We had only been married for 2 years, and I'm like, I don't know why you taking me to look at RVs, because I'm not getting on one. And at the time, we looked at an A-class. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was pretty old, but they only wanted $35,000 for it.
Yeah.
And Donald was like, we could get this, baby. We could do. I mean, he was really pleading his case, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
But then we had a breakthrough after we started doing our survival skills test out there at Scott Air Force Base. We was doing little makeshift tents and everything. We was walking around, and we came across the Scott Air Force Base RV park.
Yeah.
And Peggy was like, look at these. These are nice.
I know. Baby, let me tell you something.
And I just like,
RVs had come a long way since the last time I saw them. Like, I only saw like older A-classes and maybe travel trailers. And then I was introduced to the world of fifth wheels and toy haulers and it's ABC classes.
Yeah.
I was like, that every kind of RV made was on that lot. I'm talking about like the class of them.
Yeah.
It was class ABC, and then they had the travel trailers. The only thing they didn't have was the little tiny living.
They didn't have the pods, the little,
They didn't have the pods. But I was like, Donald, are you seeing this? I'm like, oh my God. And then one lady had her RV completely out, and she had it decorated so her sitting area was so nice, and she was sitting on the back reading a book from a patio.
Yeah.
I was like, get out of Dodge. I was like, do you realize this lady has a patio on her RV?
And we was already out in the park. We was walking around the little park in the path and the lake, and Peggy was talking about how much she loved to walk around the lake and the path and stuff. We was like, man, if we had an RV, we can do this and we'd be home right now and stuff. And that's what got the little gears turning and everything like that. So,
because when you go out of town and you forget something, you like, man, if I was at home. But now home is with me wherever I go, everywhere we go. So I love living in this RV. I'm not just saying words. And you talk to anybody who loves RVing and they're not full-time, they think about being on the RV all the time.
There you go.
Like when you get home and you've been there for about a week, and that second week you're thinking about, okay, when is our next trip? When can I get back out there?
Yeah.
Because I love it. Like you love it. You learn to love the life. Now, to me, this year hasn't been as fun as the year prior because I didn't get my beach views and my stuff like that, because that's why I got into it, for the scenery. I got my mountain views, which I love. Didn't even know I liked mountains until we started doing this. But we didn't get the beach, and I needed that. But when we go back out this time, after we've settled down for the winter and stuff, we're going to get back out.
Our East Coast swing. We're gonna hit a lot of beaches. Virginia Beach. We're gonna hit North Carolina, Carolina Pines, Jacksonville. Our whole East Coast swing. So this is gonna be a good season for Peggy coming up. Yeah,
because this year we were doing the things that we had to do. We had to take care of some things. So that's why we came this way. I know a lot of people were concerned. You're going the wrong way and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you another thing too that really but it comes along with the territory, is knowing where you're going to stay.
Yeah.
That's big. That is really big, because you have to start making your plans 6 months to a year out. Like right now, a year out, we've already made plans.
Yep, we got reservations all over the place.
Yeah, and you know, you got to be prepared financially for it because they want that money.
They want that money up front a lot of times. Exactly.
And so, you know, but you have to be prepared for it. So if you're thinking about doing it, go ahead and start saving your money now because this lifestyle can be frugal, but at the same time, it's still going to cost you.
Yeah.
Some people, you know, they go to state parks and stuff like that, but you have to do what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like for me, when we started out, I was more comfortable on the military bases because I felt safer than being in other places. Because don't think because you're on a military base things can't happen, because they do. Yeah. But I just felt safer. Like this is the best gated community you can live in right now. You know what I'm saying? There's
guards at the gate and they're armed, so it's a good feeling.
But then we got a taste of Carolina Pines.
Yeah.
I felt really safe there. We got
370 Lakeside.
370 Lakeside. Like, you know, they have things in place for protection. You know what I'm saying? So then I kind of let my guard down just a little bit, but you always have to be prayed up to be. And
there you go.
And you have to be aware of places, because I've been places where I didn't feel safe and we burn out.
Yep.
You know, and
one was a military base, Shepherd Air Force Base. We didn't feel comfortable there, so we kept on going. Yeah, so we have not felt comfortable at military installations as well, right? Yeah.
You have to be somewhat organized in a sense, because you have to keep up with where you're going, where you're going to be, how long you're going to stay there, what's my next move, what do they provide, is it full hookup, is it partial, because we'll never go where it's not like at least a partial.
You got to at least have power.
Got to at least have power.
You got to at least have power.
I'm cool with not having, you know, the flush, because you could go to a dump site and flush.
Yeah.
I say that because I don't do the work.
Yeah.
I'm like, no big deal.
Well, hey, I promised her I would do it, and I got no problem with it. I just keep on doing it.
So there's a lot of little things that you have to consider while you're living out here. And then, you know, every time you move, right? So when you move, you got to pack all your stuff up, and then you drive. And then when you get where you're going, you got to unpack and start over again. And see, me, it doesn't bother me anymore, but in the beginning, it got kind of rough, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm tired of unpacking and packing. But think about the beauty of it. Think about, I like it.
Yeah.
Because at first I looked at it as a chore, which was not the right mindset. I didn't have the right mindset when I first started out, but now I do. So we got everything down to a science. We learned a lot from friends along the way.
Yeah.
We even watched a lot of YouTube videos ourselves when we first started, because we just jumped into it not knowing what to do. And people, you know, some of the people at the sites will be like, look, I can't
even watch y'all do this.
I can't watch y'all do this. Look, we had bought a tent before, right?
Oh my goodness. It was not a pop-up.
It was not a pop-up tent. This tent had about 50 pieces to it.
Oh, all these little poles that we had to put together and attach, and these orange poles go with the black poles and this stuff. And this dude was watching me with the wind blowing, and it just kept falling over. And
I didn't know it was that bad. I was like, I would have helped if he had come got me, but he didn't. And the guy was just like,
he said, first he sat there for like 5 minutes laughing, then he finally came by and said, man, I can't even laugh anymore. Come on. It stopped being funny, I guess, for him after a while. And then he came by and helped me out. And you know what though? We have found that the people out here, for the vast majority, the people out here are just very friendly and open and just welcoming. So we did not know what that was going to be like, but that's been our experience.
Yeah, and so as we camp more and we're out more, we're able to help people, because we had a neighbor who was just like us at this last place.
Yeah, there was a guy who just bought a Class B, I think it was, and he had hooked his water hose up, and the water was coming inside, but it was going directly to his fill tank. You have two water fields. You got your city hose, your city connection, and your field connection. And so what he was doing, he was filling up his little field tank for like a boondocking experience, and it just wasn't coming through. So if he had turned his water pump on, he could have got it water on the inside. But also, you want to connect the city. And I explained it to him. He said that was like a game changer for him. They've been ever since they got their Class B, they've been using the bathroom and washing their hands and everything at the little housing.
He was ready to give up.
Yeah, they was ready to quit. They were ready to quit.
He was just like, this is too much. And sometimes it gets like that because there has been times where I told Donald, look, take me back.
Yeah.
We need to figure this thing out. When things happen, figure it out. YouTube is your best resource. Everybody will tell you that YouTube is your best resource. Yeah. But now we have friends who've been doing it for a long time, and that helps. Yeah. Like when we first went out and we told people we were out, people gave us email addresses and phone numbers. If you're ever in the area, come by. One lady was just like, I live right down the street from Jacksonville. If you need to come by my house, she say, I give my key to everybody. Yeah. I was like, that's kind of scary.
That's scary.
But she does it. And she was like, you can go to my house and you can stay. And when she said you could pull your RV up into my backyard because it's huge and this, that, and the third. But I just think people who do this have a different kind of mindset, and I think they're just more friendly, and they want to help you. They want to make sure that you're successful at doing this. Now, you're going to get people who are not so nice everywhere you go, so you can't judge it off that, but you're not out here for people anyway. You're out here to live your life, to see things, to go places that you've only heard about or seen on TV, to see stuff in person. It is amazing. Like, I have had some jaw-dropping views of mountains. I was just like, this cannot be real.
There you go.
Even going on the beaches and stuff, you don't think about it, but to hear the waves and you're sitting there at night, I'm like, I mean, I know you can go on vacation and get the same thing, but then after vacation you got to go home. But when you're living in an RV, you could extend to stay as long as you like or as long as you can afford to.
There you go.
And I just love that about it's almost like we're footloose and fancy free. And so it's good. And some things that you used to be, so for me, like cooking in the house, some things you cannot cook in the house. You just can't. The only thing I would ever cook outside when I lived at home was barbecue. Like when we would get the barbecue grill going, that's the only time I ever cooked outside. I didn't know what a Blackstone, a Traeger, or this or that or the third. Look, I was even shocked that they had portable ice machines because my refrigerator at the house has an ice machine on it. So anything that you really can do in a house, more than likely you can do in the RV.
Just
so
at a
you don't
different
miss
scale.
the for real conveniences of home. Because I was outdone when I heard about the ice machine. I was just, because we were buying ice in the beginning.
Peggy loves her ice, boy.
Oh, I gotta have ice.
See, I water from the bottle. Peggy got her little cup there because she can keep her ice solid in there. Peggy loves ice for all her cold drinks and everything.
Yeah, but I was just outdone with that. I was just like, you were kidding me. I am still enjoying it.
This has not been a mistake. This has been a great. I just feel so blessed, and I feel so fortunate that we're able to do this. And I still have the youth. I'm retired. I'm barely in my 50s. I'm retired, and I'm traveling across the country. I got a beautiful woman. I got my dog. I got my income and everything else. I just feel blessed all the way around. And so, hey, I don't need much more. This is, I do not regret. I don't miss the house so much at all, really. And it's just, I'm just glad. But that's just what we've been talking about today, fam, and stuff. And we just want to come out and share that with you. If you're out there in these RV streets and you got some different experiences, we'd love to hear about them and everything. If you have some questions about us or what we've been doing, hey, drop us a comment. You know, we love to hear from you guys and everything. So,
to answer the question,
no, I do not miss.
You don't miss cutting all that grass outside?
I don't miss cutting all that grass, and
I don't miss
I don't miss the I don't know, shoveling the snow out the driveway.
Oh, that was a big one.
Or I don't know, I don't miss any of it. I don't.
Donald is his happiest out here, and I'm just glad that I gave it a try, because I almost didn't, and I'm glad that I did. And I love it. I don't see myself settling down anytime in my near future.
We've seen a lot of videos people try full-time living in an RV, and a month later they said, nope, we're done, or 2 months, because a lot of people
I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
I've been
there. That
there.
is true. You almost give up a couple times and stuff, but if you stick it, we stuck it out and it worked out for us. Maybe it's not for everybody, but it's been great for us.
Yeah. So we love it, and we're going to be out here indefinitely, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking about it because we talk about it all the time. I'm like, so when we get older, what will we do? Because we've had homes that we've bought houses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, if we decide to go to sticks and bricks, I guess we would get us a condo somewhere.
Yeah.
Because then we won't have all the responsibility of the upkeep of the grounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So after we stop doing this, which I can't see us stopping anytime.
It's gonna be a while.
I can't see us stopping, especially when he takes me to the places that I love.
Yeah.
I want to go to every beach. I want to sit out. I want to I do. I love it.
Who knows, maybe the next couple of years we'll hit up the California beaches or the beaches in Mexico. They got a lot of beautiful beaches out that way. So, like I said, Piggy loves the water. I just like the traveling, and together we just gonna get all over the place.
There you go.
There you go. All right, fam. So that was our conversation for today. We appreciate you guys sticking with us. Just listen to us. Vlogtober is still going strong. We just want to thank everybody for all your support and everything else. Got anything you want to add, baby?
I have nothing.
Nope. So we want to remind you guys, go out there and do something good for yourself.
And others as well.
And for others as well. Y'all take it easy, fam.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take me in your arms. Do just what you want. You're the one I trust. I belong to you. And I'll always be around when I need some loving, baby. And I'll never let you down. Let you down.